everybody. I'm assuming you're probably hearing me by now. As always, let me know if everything's sounding good. Yeah, so just for an update on kind of why the stream now, an unusual time. It's because I will not be able to stream this weekend. I will be traveling, so the streams are happening now because I know the majority of people who see these actually don't attend live. They see the VODs, which is totally fine by me. Awesome when people are here live. Obviously, that's great. But yeah, I think it's awesome that so many people enjoy it after the fact as well. So for the probably fewer people that will be able to attend at these odd hours, that's great. And for the for the probably few people that'll be able to attend now, that's awesome. And for all the people that enjoy it throughout the week, you can enjoy it earlier if you choose. But yeah, there will not be streams this weekend, which is why this is happening. These are unfortunately not extra streams. Schedule does not really allow for that at the moment, but I was able to squeeze this in. Okay, so Mega Sharpedo. It's funny, we got Purple Haunch Crow already screaming. So let's talk about this. Mega Sharpedo is a very interesting Mega Evolution. 140 base attack, obviously very nice. When it Mega Evolves, it gets Strong Jaw, giving a 1.5 times boost to Crunch. So that's a 120 base power Dark move. It gets kind of like Urshifu Wicked Blow, except, you know, not quite as good as Wicked Blow because it doesn't critical hit, but it's still good. Well, it has a defense drop chance, so that's nice too. And then Psychic Fangs gets boosted to 127.5 base power. So very, very high base power moves thanks to that. Very, very high base power moves thanks to Strong Jaw. And low-key a Draft League Merchant. Interesting. Is this a UK friendly stream? Aren't you guys like at work? Maybe, I don't know. Anyway, let's see. Yeah, Wednesday lunch treat. Oh, Chorley cakes. Nice. Glad you're able to attend. Okay. Have a Mega Sharp team that's a Hazard stack with Tank Chomp. Yeah, so Hazard stack makes a lot of sense with Sharpedo, but first let me give a quick update on what happened last time I tried Sharpedo. So last attempt on Sharpedo was this squad right here. It was kind of an offense team. We had a Psychium, Z-Tap, Hulele, Quiverdance, Volcarona, Lead, Treads, Close Combat Iron Valiant, and a Dragon Dance Dragonite. Before this, it was like a Hazard stack build was tried, and this team didn't do great. The team before it didn't do great. Sharpedo did okay in that stream. It was better than expected. It made me think there's maybe something here, but it didn't perform that well, generally speaking. Is Waterfall Contact? Yes, it is. We're not going to be running that, though. I don't think. I mean, my mind may be changed, but I doubt we'll be running that. So yeah, this team, it just didn't perform very well. It wasn't very good. It was kind of just a standard offense. And one of the patterns I've kind of noticed is that it seems like in both overused and in national decks, the traditional hyper offense, like the Suicide Lead and, you know, 5 sweepers, just isn't very good. It is not holding up too well in the face of things like Sticky Web, which is weird to say because Sticky Web was terrible in Generation 8, but in the face of things like Sticky Web, like Screens and Aurora Veil, it's kind of falling behind. And even like random things like Grassy Terrain offense, I feel like is oftentimes stronger than these the traditional kind of hyper offense. But the weird thing is that's what I felt like Mega Sharpedo fit best on, because it does really want Hazard. So the struggle with Sharpedo is that it's inconsistent. It is a very inconsistent Pokemon. Because, you know, it kind of has one chance. It's usually, it's an end game Pokemon. It can be mid game to break, but usually it just, you know, there's either something that stops the Sharpedo or it doesn't. It's a bit hit or miss. It can wear stuff down, but normally Pokemon that can wear things down, like say an Ogerpon Wellspring, you know, you can come in, you can click Ivy Cudgel on the Corviknight the first time, and you don't have to try to Swords Dance and go for it right away. Sharpedo, it kind of only has one shot. It has to go for it. It can't just wear down the Ferrothorn, right? It has to already have it pre-worn down to the point it can get a kill. So definitely some struggles with the Shark. I'm gonna hold on 1 second here. Just gotta mute someone quickly. Cool. Okay. So yeah, it's so because of that kind of inherent inconsistency where it's sometimes going to do very little. I think it needs to be on a hyper offense team. Even offense maybe, definitely. I doubt it can be on balance. I was thinking maybe a bulky balance, like one where you mega evolve it and use it as kind of just a breaker, and don't expect it to be a, because like that's decent speed. It's decently fast. So even without the Jolly Nature. So I was thinking there's a world where I could see using Mega Sharpedo, maybe even with a Jolly Nature, as just a breaker, where you do have that option of using it as speed boost endgame, but you can also Mega Evolve it early and kind of use it on a balanced squad. I'm not sure that would work. I'm not super optimistic, to be honest, but it's an idea. Another thing was trying Sticky Web. Sticky Web, I feel like, is another kind of opportunity that could maybe allow Sharpedo to enter the field multiple times with that lowering the opponent's speed, not be so afraid of having its speed lowered, or of losing that speed boost since the Sticky Web to assist, and maybe potentially Sticky Web would appreciate Sharpedo's ability to kind of provide that speed when it's really needed, because Sticky Web teams often don't have a fast Pokemon. So I thought that could be an interesting approach. And then there was also just the idea of kind of going back to what I tried last time, but just doing it better. I feel like I didn't really construct the team that well, and probably should have used some different Pokemon and gone more in the direction of like physical spam rather than what I ended up trying to do, which was just kind of it ended up having too many special attackers and not a lot of Pokemon that really forced chip on those physical walls to really pave the way for Sharpedo. So I had a few ideas of what that would look like. One involves Glimmora. I was thinking Toxic Spikes in particular. A lot of ideas involve Glimmora. The core of Mega Sharpedo and Glimmora was initially what inspired me to Pinkacross has been torn apart by a million Grubbin, and that's why the stream is off. Yeah. That makes sense. Anyway. So yeah, the idea behind Glimmora is kind of cool. Obviously, Sharpedo likes hazards, so Stealth Rock is nice, but also it likes Toxic Spikes quite a bit too. Not only does it have Psychic Fangs to poison, to punish a lot of poison types, like Clodsire. It has Crunch for Galarian Slowking and Petrarun, right? So it just generally, and Psychic Fangs for Toxic Spikes. Sharpedo beats a lot of poison types, hits a lot of poison types really hard, and on top of that, it can protect, right? It has protect. So if there isn't a poison type, if the opponent goes into, whatever they have to typically switch into Toxic Spikes, and they haven't gotten a chance to remove those Toxic Spikes, well, you can protect and get another 12%, or maybe 6%. Honestly, probably this is the kind of team where we want one Toxic Spike up instead of two. I'm shocked that a lot of people don't know this, but it seems like this is a point of confusion. Badly Poisoned does 6% the first turn. And then, 6.25. It does 1/16, then 1/8, then 3/16, then a quarter, and it goes on and on. Whereas regular poison just goes 1/8 every time. So unless your opponent is in for 4 turns, regular poison is actually better. Like if it's 3 turns, it's equal. If it's 2 turns, badly poison is better. So yeah, I thought the Toxic Spikes idea was cool and probably something worth implementing this time around. So those are the general lessons. I think let's get Stealth Rock on the let's try Glimmora this time, and let's make sure we have more physical attackers on the team. Those were the 2 big takeaways that I think I did not do a good job executing on last time, and we should try this time. So I think that's kind of the main thought process. I think we can get into the building. So I was thinking Glimmora, obviously. Glimmora, Sharpedo seemed like a cool start. I I think since we're talking about kind of spin blockers and keeping this thing physical, last time on the hazard stack I tried Goldengo. This time I think let's try Saraledge. I'm not exactly sure yet what item. I think there's definitely a world where we go, because this does spin block Terrapagos very well. Well, some sets of Terrapagos. And I believe we outspeed Terrapagos, or is this a speed tie? 85, yeah, it's a speed tie. Probably worth going for that speed tie, honestly. We probably do go Jolly. Well, maybe, we'll see, does Golisopod even have a chance in Natdex OU? I would say no. As someone who believes in a lot of lower tiers, like Golisopod, I really don't see it as having a possibility. Also, as always, remember to like the stream if you are enjoying. But what was I about to search? I completely blanked. Oh, it's Terrapagos. I want to see how many of these guys run Earth Power. Oh, okay. Ooh, geez, that's like half. Okay, so that's a lot of Earth Powers. I mean, still, yeah. Yeah. The Mega Evolution, if the Mega Golisopod gets Regenerator, it is in business. It is in business. Dragology is going to be sick. I cannot wait till that comes out. I love Regenerator Pokemon. What can I say? Shark also kind of beats Gliscor. Not really if you don't run a water move, and I'm not going to run a water move, so not really. It does have the benefit of beating Screens teams pretty well because of Psychic Fang, so that's kind of a nice rare benefit. Anyway, though, yeah, we probably go with Saraledge. I'm thinking that's probably a good option, and I feel like, I mean, we could go Ghostium Z, Saraledge. We can kind of just see how the rest of the team fills out. I'm wondering if we want additional removal that's not just Glimmora. I feel like we do. I think this team's shaping up to be pretty weak to hazards. So that probably means, and I want to go physical spam, so this probably means a Tusk or a Treads. I'm thinking Tusk seems to be a bit more likely to me, but I think both are possibilities. Could be booster speed. I'm not totally convinced one way or the other. I think if I were to go with a booster speed Tusk, it would probably be bulk up, rapid spin, probably head smash, and then headlong rush, something like that. I think would be pretty good. Let's see. So we got no ground and dragon. That's actually defensively that's not too bad, but we also, it's not kind of real because we sort of can't really count on the Glimmora. But that's nice to have. It's a good start, defensively speaking. Iron. Let's take a look at the Iron Treads version and see where that gets us. Only needing a ground resist left. Okay, so that's obviously nice. Treads, I mean, is faster. I think this is. I might honestly even like booster attack here. I've been a big fan of that set lately, ever since it worked so well during that Webs plus Screen stream. This is Munch stats, is what I use. You keep saying physical spam and special spam in rain teams. Why would a team be better off running only one kind of attack? Good question. So your opponent typically is, if they have a balanced team or anything bulkier, they're going to have a mix of physical walls and special walls. Reason being obvious. If you have all physical walls, you face like a Choice Specs Volcanion, a Dragapult, Charizard, whatever, you're going to get destroyed. So you want to have a mix of both, otherwise you're in trouble. So what you can do is you put a ton of physical attackers on a team or a ton of special attackers on a team, i.e. physical spam or special spam. You overwhelm the whatever 2 or so physical or special walls they have, and then you can run through the rest of the team. So you kind of overload on that one type of offense. Yeah, that's the idea. Now, there are ways this can backfire. One big way that we have to be very careful about here is Dondozo. So I'd say there are the 3 big concerns for physical spam. So I can write this down here. Physical spam concerns, right? We got Dondozo. This thing clicks Curse, and it obviously has Unaware. So if you have nothing on your team that can beat a Dondozo and everything's just destroyed by it, that's rough. That's rough. The next one, Corviknight. Iron Defense, also rough. And Zamazenta. Honestly, rough whether it clicks Iron Defense or not. But it's especially rough when it clicks Iron Defense. So physical spam, good strategy, strong idea, but you need to be very aware of the concerns. Yeah, you build the team first, and then I battle is typically the format. Someone asked, I have a real question for you. Which is the best out of apples, oranges, and bananas? Good question. So I'm all about speed. I want to have my meal consumed as quickly as possible so I can go about my day. If there is because I have to eat a ton of food. Like I have a metabolism like a furnace. It just burns. So I need to eat a ton of food. So I want to eat. I don't want to have to spend 3 hours a day eating just to maintain my weight. I want to be able to eat quickly. So apples, not high maintenance necessarily, but you do need to clean them off. Usually, you don't really know where they've been, and they take kind of a little while to eat. Oranges, especially, they get in your nails. You gotta peel them. It's sort of a process. Bananas, it's always fast, right? You don't have to wash them because they come with their own casing. You can eat them really quickly. So I would say it's got to be bananas are the best. Okay. Intimidate. What about Intimidate? I mean, not really, right? Like, Landorus comes in on Iron Treads. You can Ice Spinner. Saraledge comes in. Like, obviously, there are physical walls. Like, Intimidate's not great. Rocky Helmet, physically defensive Alomomola isn't great. But Dondozo, Corviknight, Zama, those are the big ones. The ones that are going to click Iron Defense and completely shut you down. There are plenty of problems. There's Flame Body. There's Static. Plenty of problems. But these are the ones you have to be really worried about when building. Okay, so yeah, Bold Hollow farms so far. Yeah, it does. I mean, it's a physical spam team. That's kind of, but like, does it actually? Because if we go like a Swords Dance, Terra Ghost, Saraledge, that absolutely drops a nuke on Alomomola. So it says that you're just like Guzzlord. Wow, that's rather nasty. Rather nasty thing to say. Let's see. Okay. His greed sickens me. That's funny. All right, so what do we want on this team? We want priority. I would say it's hard to say whether the Treads plan or the... I mean, Tapu Koko looks like kind of a nightmare. Treads gives us a Psychic Resist, but it's also like... Can we... No, we can't get the... Okay. If Sharpedo was a banana, would it be better? That's a completely nonsensical question. I feel like we don't really want a knockoff Pokemon because we're running a Saraledge, do we? Yeah. Maybe steer away from the knockoff. Power Herb. Yeah, I think we probably go Sash on Glimmora. I get the Power Herb, but that seems greedy to me. I don't think that's the move. Yeah, so we don't really want to put a Banded Rillaboom on this team. You generally want to avoid choiced Pokemon on Hyper Offense. Thing like Banded Rillaboom, a ton of Pokemon resist grass, right? If you've got a balanced team, you click Grassy Glide with your Banded Rillaboom, the opponent switches into their Melmetal and takes 20. Normally that's like, okay, fine, whatever. We switch into our Landorus, our Garchomp, our Alomomola, our Moltres. You switch in whatever you have for the Melmetal. You have a Hyper Offense team, you're locked into an attack with a choiced Pokemon, and then you say, oh, what do I do? I guess I'm screwed. I either have to stay in locked into this bad move or switch into a team with no defensive core and take a ton of damage or let something die. So you want to be really careful about putting choiced Pokemon on hyper offense teams. Generally not a good idea. Choice Scarf and Amorous being one of the very rare exceptions because Moonblast is just so easy to click and because it has Healing Wish, which hyper offense appreciates. But generally, choiced Pokemon on hyper offense, almost always a bad idea. Yeah, so Tapu Lele can force kills, and it can stop priority, which is nice. But we tried Tapu Lele last time, and it's not really fast enough to kind of work on a lot of these hyper offense teams. It's just too easy to revenge kill a lot of the time. Yeah. Yeah, this is hyper offense. But I mean, yeah, I mean it's kind of Sharpedo's kind of the line between offense and hyper offense, but it's going to be a really offensive team for sure. I don't think traditional offense teams will have like a small defensive core. I don't think Sharpedo can work even with a small defensive core. I just think it's too inconsistent. If you have like a two Pokemon defensive core, I've had a lot of teams where it's like I had one that was like AV, Mola, Petrunt, and then four offensive Pokemon. Really cool team. Really liked it a lot. Worked well. But those are all the Pokemon on the team. The other four Pokemon, it was Mega Heracross, Tapu Koko, Dragonite, and Iron Treads. They were all consistent performers. If you have only four slots, I don't think you can justify putting Sharpedo on there. But if you have Hyper Offense and it's like five offensive or like six offensive Pokemon, yeah, then you can afford a little inconsistent one. So I think that's why we want to go with this. And I just think Tapu Lele is a little too slow for hyper offense. It hasn't worked out in the past. Maybe on a screens team, but this one, I don't think so. Yeah, we want something for the rain MU. I mean, Sharpedo is not bad for the rain matchup because you can just like protect twice and then you kind of, so it's not bad for that. But yeah, the rain matchup is definitely not solid right now. It's not great. So let's think on this. And we need, what we need is counters to the above threats. We also want, what do we want? We also want, we'll probably go Ghost Team Ceruledge. I think that's kind of the direction I'm leaning. The weaknesses, you don't really worry about Sharpedo's defensive weaknesses when you build. You just kind of worry about breaking as much down as possible. Like Sharpedo is weak to basically everything if they're not worn down enough because it is so frail. So Sharpedo is weak to kind of everything and nothing. It can outspeed everything. It can kill everything. It just needs a little bit of chip on everything. So yeah, that's sort of where we're at with that. So, okay, but we need answers to these Pokemon. We need answers to Dozo, Corvizama, but we want to keep the team as much aligned with physical spam as we can. Yeah, I should be over Sharpedo. Yeah, also, let me just quickly go over the set. We're running Protect, obviously. This is very important to get a speed boost. A lot of people get greedy and run 4 attacks thinking they can just come in on something and, but like, no. You need Protect. If you don't run Protect, your Sharpedo's bad. And also, it's actually kind of helpful because of Lopunny Fake Out. It has other limited uses. You can scout for things, check what choiced Pokemon locked into, check if a Toxapex has Baneful Bunker. So there are other applications, but Lopunny Fake Out is the main one. And I guess First Impression, not a lot of things running that, but if we run into someone using a low kicks team, it's good for that. So you definitely run Protect. If you don't run Protect, you're bad. Psychic Fangs is, in my opinion, by far the best set. So Crunch, the number one move you do not drop on Mega Sharpedo, 120 base power, Dark move. You can't deny that. 127.5 Psychic move. Works really well with Dark and Psychic. Pretty good offensive typing. See Hoopa U for a reference for that. And then Close Combat covers Dark types, which is the one thing Crunch and Psychic Fangs doesn't. So Kingambit, Tinglu, Terapagos, whatever. Close Combat. This is a very consistent set. I could potentially see taking Close Combat off maybe for a water move, but probably we stick with this. I think this is generally a really strong set. It can hit tons of the tier super effectively. I would say this is the strongest Mega Sharpedo set, and I highly doubt we change from these 4 moves. And as far as the EVs, you really just go max attack, max speed, not really much else to it. I could see a world where I put it a little bit into HP. Maybe I think we don't need so much speed. I mean, it ties Landorus, so probably it's worth keeping max, but I could maybe see dropping a little bit of speed. Yeah. It says IDK how HO works if offense type matters. I don't know what that question means. This is physically leaning hyper offense. Okay, so yeah, this is the Sharpedo we're looking at. But let's look here. What do we need? So we want. Actually, we have priority with Ceruledge. So we really, I feel like we have kind of a weird amount of freedom actually with what we put in next. So we need to have an answer for Dozo, Corvizama, and we need a ground immunity. So, I mean, so like a flying type seems natural. I mean, are there any levitate Pokemon? I always like to check that first, just because Let's look on the creative side. Yeah, I don't really think any of these are super fitting our needs. Like maybe a Latios, but I don't really think. It's funny that they're Latios, the regular, and the Mega Evolution are in the same kind of area. Okay, but let's see. So what else? Flying type. Yeah, that was the next one. I could definitely see the Dragonite argument, especially with already having double removal with Glimmora and Iron Treads. So that seems not bad. Dragonite, just kind of generally good. But I think Dragonite kind of needs a Z move. Probably if we go with Dragonite, we move Ceruledge to Focus Sash, which is not necessarily a problem. That's okay. That doesn't really help us, though. The Dragonite does not help with the Dozo Corp Zama problem at all, does it? No, it does not. Okay, so... I mean, Ceruledge kind of helps with the Zama. Ceruledge helps with Corv. So I think we're okay on Corviknight. We'll probably run Supercell Slam on Treads as well. So I think we're okay there. But yeah, Dozo and Zama and Stall in general is still a concern. Sharpedo is actually pretty good against Stall because it does not care at all about speed boost. It can hit that Mega Evolution right away and start clicking Big Crunch on everything. So yeah, Sharpedo actually pretty good against Stall teams, but it you know, on its own, it's probably not going to get the job done. Zapdos, I don't think is really the move here. I mean, it looks good in theory, but I don't think it really fits this style of team, and yeah, I don't know about that. I mean, Thundurus is always funny, and I'm always tempted to run it because I'm really greedy, but it's probably not that good. Yeah, I mean, I don't think we're going to find the perfect Pokemon that just jumps out and says, you know, here I am. Yeah, we're probably not going to find the perfect Pokemon. But I mean, we might be okay with it. Now, honestly, with this many ground weaknesses, we need an immunity. We can't just... A resist is not going to cut it. Silvally flying. Can you imagine? Low-key, that multi-attack kind of goes hard. Tornadus is interesting. We're actually going to be seeing this in Overused fairly soon. On a stream. Not like it's not going to rise to Overused, but you get ready for Tailwind Part 2. Yeah, I haven't made a declaration on webs. I feel like webs is an interesting idea, but I want to try a more standard route first. So, okay, yeah, I'm not really seeing any flying types that are calling to me. Particularly in RU, I don't think these guys are it. I wish Archeops was better. Such a cool Pokemon. Doesn't deserve Defeatist. Well, so we don't just need to kind of it's not just like handling. Yeah, it's a bit of an awkward situation with the Dozo and the Zama, because like I want to go physical spam, but you can't just fully go physical spam and expect to have an answer to those two. I think what we need is probably a special attacker. I think we do need to go in that direction. It's kind of just a matter of, well, what is the Pokemon with which we go in that direction? And I don't know. Potentially Tornadus. I don't know how good Nasty Plot Tornadus is on these kinds of teams, but it seems sort of interesting. Scyther. Yeah, no, that's not it. Tapu Koko. Yeah, actually, you know what? Calm Mind Tapu Koko. Kind of an interesting idea here. Works well with Treads as well, which I like. Yeah, no, that'd be cool. Actually, you know what I should do is like Koko plus like an attacking Iron Treads. Write that down. That seems cool. Okay, though, let's see. Yeah, Tornadus Tornado seems like maybe not a bad idea. Let me just look and see how that kind of looks into the tier. Tornadoes. What the heck? Let's go for it. Let's try a Nasty Plot Tornadoes. You'll probably go Fly and EMZ. And then we'd go Sash, probably on Sarah Ledge. Double removal, so I think Sash is okay there. Okay, so we got that, and then what do we need for the last slot? We can kind of add anything. I don't think we're super. Let's make a we lose 2 list. Actually, that's probably the right way to go about this. We lose 2. Let's see. And the we lose 2 lists with these kinds of teams are always a little bit different because you're not really expecting to beat, like you're not expected to have a switch into like a Megalopony. But do we have enough for it in general? I would say no. So like I would say Megalopony is one that jumps out at me. I'd say Diancie, Mega Diancie is another one that that's like really tough for us. Dragonite, like if we face a DD Dragonite, I think we're in trouble. So I would say that's a concern as well. Scale Shot Chomp is rough as well, I think. Not like the worst thing in the world, but it's not great. Looking at this list, I'm thinking we might want to go with the Tusk version. I think we might want to go with the Tusk version. It looks like a little more resilient against this kind of stuff. Yeah, Wellspring. I mean, it's less so because it can't Terra in this format, which is so nice. But yeah, Wellspring is also not great, I'll admit. It's seeming like Tusk is kind of the play. The more I type this in, it's seeming like Tusk is the play. Yeah. Suggestion for Nasty Plot Hex Petron. I don't think Nasty Plot Petron can work on a team like this without being Z. But I mean, it's not a terrible. It's a little bit of overlap with Glimmora. It's probably not. I mean, not too much. I think it'd be foolish to completely discard. So I'll record the idea of kind of running a Petrant, like a Nasty Plot Z Petrant. That would be interesting. That would be interesting. But I will, and that could kind of roll compressed, make it so that we don't have to run the Tornadus. So that's an idea. That's a cool idea. I think I'm gonna try sticking with this for now. Wellspring, what else? What else are we talking here? Wellspring, Ival is, wait, no, this is the wrong team. Yeah, Ival's not, I mean, it's not, yeah, Iron Valiant's not great. It's not horrible. I don't know. It might, maybe it's worse than I think. I don't know, maybe Petron is the direction we want to go. As our like single special attacker, that and Glimmora. And that's it. I don't know how good that is, but I think that's probably, I mean, it seems valid. It seems like a valid attempt at least. Let's try this to start, this version. This at least helps us against Diancie somewhat. It helps somewhat against these. What would we need last? What do we need? I feel like we want physical priority, but that's but then that kind of leads us to King Gambit, which sort of doesn't really answer the Pokemon we have problems with. Yeah. I'm just imagining if Iron Valiant gets a single Sword Stance off. But we don't really let it get a Sword Stance off, do we? Like, nothing on the team is kind of letting that happen, so maybe I'm being too scared. Let's try King Gambit. This seems like... This seems interesting. I think this is... Well, no, I don't want to run Poltergeist. Let's run a non-Poltergeist set. Let's go CC, Bitterblade, and Shadow Sneak. Since we don't have Ghost Team Z, I think that's acceptable. We'll go Sash on this. Weak Armor. Do we go Jolly? I'm going to say yes for the Terapagos. Glimmora, let's go Sash. Let's keep it simple. Wait, no, not Corrosion. Excuse me. Mortal Spin, Power Gem, and I think just Earth Power. It's a pretty standard set. Should be fine. We don't need the power on that. We can go a little bit of HP. Sharpedo. Okay, I didn't put in the set here. Protect. Crunch. Psychic Fang. CC. We're gonna try. If we find this team's like just kind of getting smoked, we'll shift to Petrant and see how that works for us. But I think I want to start by trying the Sarrel out, and we'll see. It's okay. Hold on. We got the speed boost. We got the toxic debris. We got the CC. Booster energy. Max HP, max speed, 4 attack. This gives us the speed boosting nature. Tornadus, Flying EMZ. Nasty Plot, Hurricane, Heat Wave, and probably Focus Blast, I'm afraid. I don't really see another move that's better. We're going to avoid clicking it if we can, but it seems like a pretty good option, sadly. King Gambit, we'll go Black Glasses, the standard set. And I'm thinking since we don't love King Gambit ourselves, I think let's go with Knockoff, Sucker Punch, Low Kick, and I honestly think we go Jolly on this, just so we kind of outpace other King Gambit. Okay, let's see what we got here. Yeah, this seems fine for a version 1. Let's give it a go. Give it a whirl. Number 2, like the stream if you're enjoying. Aura went to their other account because they got banned. Taunt on Torrent. Yeah, that could be interesting. We could go Taunt. Yeah, let's do that because I hate running Focus Blast. So let's go Taunt. Doesn't this get destroyed by Bolt? That is so true. This team gets destroyed by Raging Bolt. Yeah, that is true. I mean, yeah, that's not good. Okay, so yeah, that's not. Yeah, no, this team gets destroyed by Raging Bolt. Okay, let's think this through then. Forgot about that one. Yeah. Yeah, let's think about that. I mean, I guess Treads, but then if we go back to the Treads version, we have all those issues. Let's go back. Let's see what we can do with Treads. And then I think we need something solid for the last slot. Something solid against Bolt. Like a Lopunny, Diancie, DD Knight. Yeah. We could put a regular SD Scizor. No, that doesn't really do that well against Bolt, though. Like a Scarf Lele kind of does this, but that doesn't seem good for the reasons I went over before, and it doesn't really align with the physical spam nature that we're aiming for. Okay, here's a wacky but interesting question. Does a max HP Kartana live a Mega Lopunny hit? No. Sad. Okay. Let's put on a Cornerstone. Low kick or superpower? Let's go superpower. Well, do we need superpower, really? I think low kick is good. Let's go low kick. And let's try this on Treads. Go with the greedy set, because we like to be greedy in this place. We are really counting on this Treads to remove hazards, though. Oof. Double Elephant, that could be kind of funny, yeah. Actually, not honestly a terrible idea. Yeah, Double Elephant. Double Elephant is a real possibility, I would say. Let's try Cornerstone first, though. Good idea, Winoa. Okay, let's run it. I think this is better. There may be something I missed, but I feel like this is better. Solid removal plus Cornerstone gets you out of... I feel like good removal plus Cornerstone is maybe the direction we want to go here, because Cornerstone with Sturdy kind of acts like pseudo... almost like priority in a way. Now, obviously it doesn't have priority, but it can get you out of sticky situations with the Sturdy is kind of the point. Yeah. Okay. HF. All right, let's see. So we got what looks like a kind of a weird, like a mixed bag for a matchup. But overall, I'm feeling good. I feel like Tornadus could go absolutely crazy here. I'm definitely seeing the value in substitute though now that King Gambit is pulled up. So we might want to go. We might go sub on. Let's honestly just do that. Let's just put sub on Tornadus. That's messed us up in the past. So let's mess up other people with it. Why don't we? And I don't think we need taunt for the stall matchup. So I think sub is going to be better for us. Let's just lead with Glimmora. I don't think we need to make any crazy reads here. If the Treads leads, fine. I think we just get up our hazards and then we can switch into Saraledge. Loki. Someone wants me to lead with Sharpedo. That is a terrible idea. But yeah, no Intimidate. I do like to see that though. Okay, yeah, let's just Stealth Rock. Let's see what this Lele wants to do. Well, we won't be able to really get any set information here probably. But that's okay. Triple Elephant? No, we're not going with average tusks. We're not adding on the Donphan. But here's the weird thing here for this poor Tapu Lele. If it decides to... if that's Scarf, you're kind of in trouble. Oh, apparently they sent me this team for raiding. Oh, lol. I haven't seen it yet. Well, actually, wait. I remember it. IDR the sets, though. Yeah, I feel like I remember seeing this, but I don't think I remember. I don't think I remember the sets. So we have a couple options here. We could go like hard and shreds because this team has no toxic immunity. I'm pretty tempted to preserve Glimmora to just sack it to like a King Gambit or a Wellspring Blade or something like that. I think I kind of want to go that direction. Let me go into treads here. Okay, they go into treads as well, but we've got a booster attack and they don't. So I feel like this is a fine situation for me. Yeah, they are, and they're leftover, so they might be defensive as well. I'm just going to click Big Earthquake here. If they are max HP, they actually have a decent chance to live. I mean, not good. They have a 62% chance to die, but and the calc has been fixed, which is awesome news. We can now use Shodex again. Remember to like the stream if you're enjoying. They could switch into Moltres here. If the Moltres comes in, I am clicking Big Supercell Slam, because if that Moltres dies, Sharpedo is in business. It is like kind of over. Okay, that's fine. Let's go for the big. Let's go for the Supercell. Let's not miss. Ideally, we will die to a flamethrower, but this puts the Moltres in the range where it dies. Okay, good. Jeez, good play. All right. Let's go for an Earthquake. I mean, there's a chance they're speedy leftovers. That's not a common set. Good on them. I didn't think Supercell Slam is really not a common move, so I was very surprised to see them scout for that. But I respect it. For sure, I respect it. We're going to go for another Earthquake here. If they outspeed and Earthquake us, the play is then to go into Ceruledge, because we do have the sash on that. Cooked by Wellspring, okay. Wow, they get the survive, but they don't go for the rapid spin, which is great news. So okay, cool, works for me. And now Cornerstone kind of shreds their entire career. It is looking rough, which hilariously it actually does not kill. Cornerstone does not guaranteed get the kill here, which is I don't even know what to say about that. It does not get the, so we'd have to go for the Horn Leech. It probably wouldn't switch into Moltres, though. That'd be kind of an insane play. We could go Tornadus. I think the better play is Cornerstone here. Let's just go into it, and let's go for a Horn Leech. They shouldn't try to preserve treads here. If they go into Moltres knowing I don't kill with an Ivy Cudgel, expecting a contact move, and they burn us, I mean, good play. Like, that's just a good play. But even then, it's only a 30% chance. Okay, Lele just comes in. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so I'm really suspecting this is Choice Scarf, the way they're playing this. I don't think I want to contest that. I think I do just want to stay in Horn Leech. Well, I could let Glimmora go here, but then no, I think I just Horn Leech. Yeah, Moonblast is fine. That's about what I was expecting there. Obviously, had we expected a switch, I could have gone for Reed's Swords Dance, then Horn Leeched up a ton of health. But the treads staying in and rapid spinning would have been devastating then. It would have rapid spun, then it would outspeed, then it would go for a stealth rock. So it was not worth the risk, especially because we were and still are in a pretty commanding position. I think we're winning this game, so I don't feel the need to be taking crazy risks. Okay, in comes the Wellspring. I think Tornadus lives this pretty handily and can obviously threaten to kill in return. So let's just bring in Tornadus. And yeah. Okay, Ivy Cudgel comes out. We don't get critical hit, which you always, of course, love to see. I think we just go for a big Supersonic Sky Strike here. Could be my opponent's in not such a great spot, and they decide to chance it, go for the miss. Either way, it'll do a lot of damage to pretty much everything. What I'm expecting, there's probably going to be a Tread Sack. Fine. And then maybe a King Gambit enters, maybe a Tread Sack. If it is a Tread Sack, the follow-up play for my opponent will probably be to go into King Gambit, just to threaten this with a Sucker Punch, maybe even Pursuit. I'm thinking there, my play will be to switch into Glimmora, try to sack that, and then we can go into Ceruledge, where we have Sash and Close Combat to take that out. Although, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, okay, so they did just go for the miss. So this is why we go for Supersonic Sky Strike. A lot of people are afraid to use their Z move early, or their yeah, okay, we definitely, so yeah, I don't think this is going to have Pursuit. So I think we do just go into Glimmora here. They might Sucker Punch. Okay, they just knock off. T-Spikes go up, which does nothing. It's fine. Okay, let's just go in Close Combat. This is kind of what Ceruledge is for this game. It doesn't really serve another purpose. And if this King Gambit goes down here, if they do not choose to preserve, and they didn't preserve, so we now win with Cornerstone. The only way we don't win with Cornerstone is if we let a Zard X run away with the game. So we absolutely play as if this is a Charizard X, because any other possibility, we win with Cornerstone. We click Ivy Cudgel 3 times, and that's game. That's tacky. It's weird how CC is like such a rare thing on Sarah, but I guess it is. I guess it's not that common. But yeah, I hate running. I hate running Poltergeist on like non-Z sets and with knockoff Pokemon. It doesn't go so well. So okay, we got Charizard on the field. We Swords Dance here for sure, in case this thing starts dancing. Yep. This is why we Swords Dance, and then let's just hit it with a close combat. Yeah, so there's the Dragon Claw, we have a Focus Sash, and then we can just, we can Bitter Blade here, I guess. Actually, let's not reveal any additional information. I mean, they surely know our other moves, but you never know. You never. So I have seen a I have seen a Ceruledge with like Destiny Bond, like no Poltergeist before, or no Shadow Sneak. I've seen a no Shadow Sneak Ceruledge, quite a few actually. So yeah, let's just do this, so we don't reveal anything. And let's just go for the Ivy Cudgel. That's a good game. Okay, Sharpedo did not have to come out, but it did look good that game. So it's like, if things got hairy, I think Sharpedo would have had our back. All right, so that's cool. That's a win. Starting off with a win, always nice. Yeah, Quick Attack is very rare, but I honestly, I think about it sometimes. I think about running Quick Attack on like a Cornerstone or a Wellspring or something, particularly Wellspring. Ladder not too active right now, which makes sense. It is, I think, a very early Wednesday morning for most of the active Nantex players. Where's Prince 5 at? I feel like this team would smoke Prince 5. I want to queue up into them. Okay, so this I know exactly what we're dealing with. I know exactly what we're dealing with, and it is scary. I am scared. So, yeah, I'm scared. This Arboleva is Custap Harvest, and I'm scared. Not much else to say about it. I think we do start off with Glimmora. Toxic Spikes are obviously amazing here. If we can get those set, that is like, that's kind of game, honestly. Which, on second thought then, let's maybe not. Because my opponent is surely going to lead with Pokemon. They must anticipate how good Glimmora is into them. So let's instead actually lead with Iron Treads. I'm thinking a Raging Bolt lead is fairly probable here. I think we do have the matchup. Despite the fact that I'm scared, I think we have the matchup. Sharpedo actually looks... Okay, they lead with Torkoal, which is annoying and weird because Glimmora is like the most obvious lead in the world. So I don't really get what my opponent's doing. But okay, let's go into Glimmora here. I mean, maybe they have Earth Power. That sucks, though. Okay, Hatterene comes out. Okay, that's a weird switch, I feel like. But okay. I'm thinking... I don't want to give up the Focus Sash on Ceruledge. I really don't, but it kind of feels like the best option here. We could also go Tornadus, because Tornadus just doesn't look that good. But then that kind of invites in the Raging Bolt pretty well. So I think let's go Tornadus. I think that's an okay play. Psychic Noise, let's look at the attack on that. So this is not an attack invested in Hatterene, which makes sense. Let's go for a Nasty Plot. I'm thinking Bolt comes in, we can substitute, and if it doesn't Thunderclap, then we can go for a big Fly Z. Hatterene might stay in here and just choose to like Mystical Fire or something. Might Nuzzle as well, but as I said, Tornadus is not that helpful this game. Okay, let's see what they want to do. There's the Nuzzle. Okay, fine. I think here we just go for the big Z. Hopefully what would be awful here is like a... Well, no, the Psychic Noise. Okay, cool. It looks like this might be the end of Hatterene, which would actually be really big. Yeah, that's really big because now we can set Stealth Rock, and we have a Focus Sash spin blocker. So I think that was a pretty big mistake on my opponent's part to let Hatterene go that easily. I would have brought in the Raging Bolt there if I were them. Okay, Bolt enters. We got the Bolt on deck. Okay. I mean, like, yeah, so this is an awkward situation. Probably it just clicks Weather Ball here. I don't want to really I don't really want to bring in anything. I think we do start off with Sacking Tornadoes. I'll just go for Heat Wave because it has a better chance to hit. There's the Weather Ball, as would really surprise nobody who you know knows how to play Pokemon. That was Weather Ball was kind of always the play there. Now it's kind of, I sort of have to ask myself the question of, is Ceruledge more valuable with the Focus Sash, or is it Ogerpon? Because one of them kind of has to have that broken there. Or there's the option of giving up on Toxic Spikes, but that feels like such a bad, like Toxic Spikes seems so good here. So I think, but Weather Ball is going to bring Ogerpon down to Sash, so it kind of puts us in a mind game situation. I believe it does. Okay, actually not quite down to Sash, but it will still bring it into Thunderclap range, so you know, effectively the same thing. I think let's go Ogerpon and let's go for the Ivy Cudgel. We could have also gone no, I think this is fine. Okay, we get a critical hit, which is nice. I mean, not hugely important, but that could. Okay, and they go for a Thunderbolt. What elo are you? Okay, that makes some. Yeah, so that was a terrible Thunderbolt. Weather Ball does a ton more to Ogerpon. Not really much else to say. Let's see if we can guarantee kill with Hornleech. Let's calc that critical at Ivy Cudgel. So that did 82. So that's probably within range. If it is HP invested, Hornleech is still very likely to kill. Is it worth it? I don't think so. But hold on, could the critical hit have done that little if it was max HP? No, it couldn't have. So it has to be, what is it? What could it be, like 172 or something like that? Yeah, so it could have been 172, at which point Hornleech, yeah, there's a small chance it doesn't kill. So let's go for the Ivy Cudgel. Let's let it, okay, and it, yeah, turned out to not click that. So Friar OP, thank you very much for the 10. I believe that's Australian dollars. Thank you very much for the generosity. That's awesome. Saying, GG Pinka, that was me with the Zardex team. We'll send you thoughts on Smogon later when I test more. Didn't even realize you were streaming, or I would have been watching. Can you do a Mega Gardevoir stream? Yes. Gardevoir stream is in the works. It will happen. It will happen. Okay, so I don't know exactly what this thing wants. I mean, it wants its Custap Harvest, obviously, but you know, we could go Ceruledge here and Bitterblade. I feel like that's a pretty good option because I don't think it's going to click anything that's going to do a ton to Ceruledge. Yeah, so that's in the range where I think we can Bitterblade and like feasibly heal back up. So I think we can go for a nice Bitterblade here. That was maybe a bad play, losing the Sash, but I think it's good. I like how we effectively have 3 Focus Sashes on this team with Cornerstone, Glimmora, and yeah, that's kind of cool. Okay, that did not heal up a lot, but that's fine. I think Glimmora. I think it's time. See what the Storkle's got up its sleeve. Stealth Rock, okay. We could set our own Stealth Rock. We could Mortal Spin. I feel like we Stealth Rock. I think making the opponent lose health is more important than us maintaining our health. We could also just attack this thing. Okay, so I'm really hoping this isn't Rocky Helmet, but that is not what you like to see. You don't like to see that. So let's go for the Mortal Spin and hope it's not Helmet, I guess. I mean, if it's booster speed, a lot of those are Helmet. We could Earth Power, but then if they go for a Rapid Spin, that's a really bad outcome. I think let's Mortal Spin. Okay, so good. Let's see. They go for a Rapid Spin. We get the Toxic Debris, which instantly gets removed. We go for Mortal Spin. Let's see if it is Helmet. It is not helmet. Okay, so, oh, okay, leftovers. I see, I see, yeah. So this is a pretty scary position for us, obviously. I don't think Ogerpon can live a Headlong Rush, but I definitely want to run a calc on that, because if it can live a Headlong Rush, very well may be worth preserving. But it doesn't look like it can. Yeah, that's getting the kill. So we probably... This is really not good. We have to kind of stall out sun turns. But there is a very foreseeable world where we win with Sharpedo here. I believe, yeah, CC is going to blow up. Okay. So yeah, let's I guess let's sack Ogerpon here. I think that's a fine start. And then we can go Sharpedo. We can protect. And then we'll switch in Glimmora to get the T-Spike going. Oh, actually, if we get the T-Spike going, Sharpedo could clean this up. Sharpedo could very much clean this up. Yeah, I'm seeing the vision now. If they go for a double spin, good on them, though. If they go for a double spin, that would kind of get us. I think we go into Glimmora here, though. But if they rapid spin, good play. That would be kind of devastating. Should we go Ceruledge instead? Am I being greedy by going into Glimmora? I want to try it. Let's do it. Let's see what happens. Great. Okay, I think we got him. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. Because we protect here. I mean, actually, the Torkoal can probably come in and tank a hit, unfortunately. But we can probably Toxic Stall the Torkoal a little bit. Oh, they bulk up. That's weird. Okay, do we still kill with a Psychic Fangs? So it's max HP. It's max HP. So we can Mega Evolve here and kill with Psychic Fangs, definitely. Because the max HP... Yeah, so it doesn't kill. So I think... trying to calculate this. Do the head calcs here. Yeah, I think this is fine. I think this is fine. Let's Mega Evolve and Psychic Fangs. Okay, down goes the Tusk. Torkoal enters, we protect on that. I mean, or we could just like hard crunch. Let's protect. You never know when the sun turn stalling will be valuable, and I can't imagine this thing ever goes for like a... Okay, going for the rapid spin is interesting. We could go Ceruledge here. We could go Ceruledge here. I think we, low-key, I think we do it. I think we do it. I think Ceruledge is actually the play. Yeah, because now we SD, and I think we kind of beat everything. Victini, I mean, yeah, +2 Shadow Sneak plus a little bit of Toxic Chip. I think this is the right approach to win this game. Victini comes in. Yeah, we Shadow Sneak here, and then I think we clean up the game with Sharpedo. Okay, yeah, there we go. Be great. Yep, and there's the toxic damage. That's going to do it. Can Treads kill with an Earthquake against a defensive Torkoal? I don't think it can. I'm afraid. Okay, no, it can. Yeah, so we just go Treads here for sure then. So here's the crazy thing. We don't Ice Spinner, because if we do, we could bring it into Custap range, and then Sharpedo dies. So what we actually want to do is Earthquake here. Yep. Then we go into the Shark, because we don't want to get into the Custap Berry range. Then we can go for a Crunch here. And if it uses like Endure or something, then we can handle that. So, okay. Hopefully this is not a Body Press Torkoal. That would be a really sad way for this to go down, because Body Press has a pretty good chance to kill us. So we protect here. Oh gosh, no. Why is it Body Press Torkoal? Okay, we have a chance to kill. We have a chance to drop defense, which would allow us to live. I think the odds are probably slightly in our favor, and we don't get them. All right, GG. That sucked, dude. Why was it a bot? Is that a thing? Like, is that what Torkoal run in Natex? I feel like it's not. I don't know why that was the set. Maybe they do. Body press on 25%. Okay. I mean, that sucked, dude. Okay. I think that was largely pretty well played, but oh well. I don't know. I don't know what I could have done differently there. Maybe we could have sacked the Iron Treads to Victini, like gone like Bitter Blade with the Ceruledge as the Victini entered, then sack Treads. I don't know. That I did not even consider body press a possibility, and then we didn't get the roll, we didn't get the defense drop, and then they got the roll, so we lost. Wow, that just super sucked. Yeah, like even with it being body press, the odds were still in our favor, but well, that's just sucked. That sucked horribly. I mean, press is not standard. I just checked the usage stats. So standard is not 25%. Okay. HF, we got a why do we keep seeing Moltres? I mean, I'm better than Zapdos, I guess, for Sharpedo, but like, well, no, kind of the same. Okay, so that was just such a stupid game, dude. Cannot believe that happened. The 25% set that made us lose, and we missed the roll. We didn't get the defense drop. We didn't get a critical hit, and they got the roll. That is just an infuriating combination of circumstances. But it is what it is. Nothing I can do about it. So let's lock in and try to win this one. I think we do just start with Glimmora. I don't think there's any reason to complicate things here. Tusklead is fine. Let's just go for a Stealth Rock here. Okay, going for the Rapid Spin. Fair enough. Fair enough, yeah. Okay. We could Mortal Spin. Could be interesting. In case they try to set their own rocks, we could Earth Power just for some general damage. I think I like Mortal Spin here. Okay, they're going to go for the Headlong, fine. So this is where we bring in our Ceruledge and go for the big sword stance. I'm liking the Sash on this. I'm liking the Sash. The usage stats are only from public replays. Okay, I mean that would still represent the usage in the tier. I don't know, like what? Okay. I mean, this might be Defog, which will be annoying, but let's Bitter Blade. Okay, they miss a Bleak Wind Storm. Things are looking really good, folks. Things are looking really good. Let's just Shadow Sneak here. Okay, cool. I don't think that Bleak Wind really would have mattered. I think we healed up too much with Bitter Blade anyway, so I don't think that miss actually mattered, but hey, cool. We are about to close combat this thing. I think we're just about to defeat this entire team with Ceruledge. So rough day for 198J. Rough day for sure. Okay, let's they might have Roar. Let's Bitter Blade to start. Actually, in retrospect, I got too I tunnel visioned a bit here on with Ceruledge. Realistically, I think we should probably be switching out of this. Yeah, let's go into Tornadus here. And I think Nasty Plot is the play. Looks really good here. We're probably about to clean this team. Okay, there's the U-turn. Yeah, there's... Okay, let's substitute first in case this thing goes for a Thunder Wave, and then we'll click Heat Wave. Yeah, okay, there's the T-Wave. So now let's Heat Wave. Okay, they forfeit. Yeah, fair enough. I probably would have as well. All right, GG. We got 8 points because they were very low on ladder, and let's search again. Does the enemy team have any priority? Doesn't look like they did in that case. All right, HF. Banette, not good news, but we do have a Ceruledge. The guy have a Garchomp, so this is not looking awesome. I honestly, yeah, I don't love the look of this matchup. We'll probably have to kind of let the Cornerstone. Actually, no, the Tornadus looks really good. Yeah, the Tornadus looks really, really good. And we have Ceruledge for the Terapagos, so this isn't too bad. I think we start with Glimmora, kind of as always. Okay, they're starting off with Terapagos, which makes me think they probably do have Earth Power to hit us. So here's what we can do. We can go Tornadus on what I expect will be an Earth Power. Okay, cool. We can Heat Wave to break the Terra Shell. We could then just fly an EMZ for damage and let the... No, but we don't. The Torn looks too good in this matchup, but I think this is a good start. Why not GLHF? I don't want my opponent to have good luck. Are you kidding me? Why would I want my opponent to have good luck? I want them to have fun. I want everybody to have fun, but I certainly don't want my opponent to have good luck. Yeah, Sharpedo is immune to Prankster Wisp, but it's not immune to the Destiny Bond. Wow, interesting. Okay, very interesting. That, okay, so we probably just sub up here and start doing the dastardly things Tornadus wants to do, because that Heat Wave, this is a defensive Mola. So, okay, let's sub up. Let's see what this thing wants to do. There, okay, flip turn, and we don't get the sub broken, though, so that's good news. So we're probably looking at an Encore here. I think we just want to go into Glimmora. I mean, Z moves that hold up though. Does Z Hurricane kill a Mega Banette? Because if it does, actually, it's a pretty good chance too. Let's go for the Z, because I think this thing's going to Encore, but Z moves go through Encore, and we could just kill this. Yep, beautiful. I think that's a Z move well spent. Okay, this is now not great, but I think that was still overall a decent outcome for us. Okay, what do we go into? Actually, yeah, Scale Shot Garchomp is not good. Scale Shot Garchomp is not good for us. Yeah, that's not good. Okay. Cornerstone is probably not the answer. We might need to go booster speed treads. As much as I like the power, we might need the speed. Here's what we could do. We could go. I don't really want to go treads here. Let's go treads here. It might be a defensive chomp. Let's see what we're handling. Okay, there's the SD. Okay, so here's okay. Let's think about what we can do here. It's going to click a ground move. That's almost certain. So let's go. Here's okay. I think I've got a sequence here that should work. We go into Ogerpon on what should be an Earthquake here, because you don't you like yeah this should be an Earthquake. Okay, cool. Then we go for a Horn Leech to do as much damage as we can, and we should get Scale Shotted the following turn. If it's just a regular like Dragon move, that's honestly a lot easier to deal with, and we can just go into Ceruledge. But I'm expecting a Scale Shot here. And actually, we could just go into the Shark. The Shark could stop that, I think. No, it couldn't, not fast enough. So yeah, what we do the next turn is we go back into Treads to bait the Earthquake, go into our Focus Sash, Ceruledge, and then outspeed and go for a close combat. That's I think, the sequence here. Ceruledge CC at -1. Yeah, it comes down to rolls, but it's very much in our favor. Unless we get like really horrible rolls on both Horn Leech and Bitter and close combat, we should be good. The reason I didn't go Glimmora is because we do not want to get Swords Dance into Scale Shot situation happening. That would be bad. Okay, so this is where we wait to pretend like we're really like scared and we don't know what to do, and then we go into Treads, double Ceruledge. But we got a decent roll in that, so I think Ceruledge is guaranteed to kill now with CC. Yeah, guaranteed 1-hit KO, so that's good. So let's as we wait for the sake of mind games, let's think about what we're going to do afterward. So the Garchomp, let's say, so we kill Ceruledge. We have to assume the plan works, because otherwise we lose. So let's assume we have Ceruledge in on the Garchomp. And yeah, let's assume we have Ceruledge in on the Garchomp. And I mean, what's like the win plan there? I guess Glimmora looks really good at that point. Probably Ceruledge. No, Ceruledge. Yeah, Torn still looks good. Okay. Anyway, let's go into Treads here. And then we double Ceruledge. Please don't click Scale Shot on me. If you do, good play. Then we lose. Let's see. Good. There's the Earthquake. We outspeed. We click CC. So yeah, let's think here. They'll probably go. They might preserve the Garchomp, but it won't be too hard to stop next time since it's weakened and we're not encored into anything. So I'm not as scared of the Garchomp at this stage. Not nearly as much as I was. Live stream during Polish lunchtime is an unbelievable treat. Thank you, Mr. Cross, sir. Pleasure. Glad these weird times are working out for some people. Okay, opponent's really taking their time. They're probably thinking about whether to preserve the Garchomp or not. And they decide not to. Cool, double down. Works for me. Okay, so I'm thinking our best play here is probably... I feel like Treads doesn't look too bad. Okay, they lost due to inactivity. Cool. GG. I mean, I don't think they intended to lose to inactivity. Maybe they thought it was me that was running down the timer, because I was running down the timer earlier this game. But anyway. Oh, I should have clicked low kick. Very good point. Well, did that do 120 base power? Yeah, we could have killed ourselves on the Garchomp. Yeah, that would have been better. That would have been better. I'm afraid the spinning frog, that this stream time is very much a unusual event. It will be going back to the more typical time in future weeks. So Sharpedo like has not entered the field except for getting hacked against the Sun team, which was sucked. But okay, we got a Rillaboom team, so probably the Shark isn't looking great, but you know, we'll see. We'll see. All right. Cornerstone looks pretty threatening here. If we can get up a Swords Dance, that's really good. The Glimmora lead is okay. It's seeming like we do need to go booster speed on Treads. I mean, the booster attack is fun, but it's really greedy and it's not really working for us. So let's go booster speed. I think that's going to do better for us. As far as leads go, I think we can start off with Ogerpon. That should scare the Diancie. Okay, Toxapex lead. I think we want to go right into Treads on that. Let's see. This is interesting what they want to go for here. Skull, please don't burn me instantly. Please don't. And okay, cool. All right. I mean, everybody saw that one coming. Let's go into Glimmora here. Okay. Let's just Stealth Rock. I think is fine. Okay. I'll go for the Mortal Spin here. If the worst case scenario is they Headlong Rush me and then they turn out to be a Helmet set. Okay, that's not great, but that's okay. I mean, they're probably just going to go for the Hazard again. They don't have a Ghost type, though, so we can spin with Treads pretty easily later. I think let's bring in Tornadus here. Seems like a decent play. I'll go for a Nasty Plot. Actually, the Diancie is going to super hard wall that. Well, okay, if I'm +2 and I Z and they're a Mega Diancie, do we kill? We still don't. Oh my gosh. But that's max HP, though. That's kind of not a thing. Diamond Storm, how's she doing? You're still doing so much. Yeah, that's doing 1 billion. Okay. Let's go for a regular Hurricane. Chip. Okay, please hit this Hurricane. Oh, okay. All right. Let's go Sharpedo here, I guess. That can take an Ice Spinner. Okay, let's go for a Protect. Okay, Toxapex enters. Let's go for another Protect. Scald. I think I'll Mega Evo Psychic Fangs here. I think let's try to put on some pressure. Okay, probably. Please don't burn me again. Please don't burn me first turn again. Oh my gosh, something finally didn't go terrible. That's great news. Okay, I think I'm a fan of just clicking Crunch here. That hits everything pretty well. Rillaboom will not like taking that. It will take it, but it won't like taking it. Wonder if we want to go like a defensive Glimmora here. Like still Sash, but maybe defensive. Okay, yeah, there's the Rillaboom coming in as expected. With the crunch, we get a good roll on that. I mean, it's like too little too late, but it's something, I guess. I mean, it's just going to glide. I mean, do we sack the Torn? What do we sack? We have to sack something. It's probably the Shark, to be honest. Like, the Shark looks kind of good in theory, but I think it's the Shark. I don't think we even... I don't think we even protect to stall out Grassy Terrain. It just gives it more healing. Glimmora can probably live a Grassy Glide here. I think let's go for the crunch and just, yeah, let ourselves go down. Okay, I'll go Glimmora here, and I think we set Stealth Rock. They'll probably go for the kill and get it, honestly. They really might do it. 25% chance to kill from Rillaboom here, which is probably more like 27 or so because critical hits. But the Stealth Rock here could be good if we can keep it up. No, protecting there would have just given the Rillaboom HP. Sharpedo's not going to... It's not going to be like, oh, well, I'm at 43, I die, I do Grassy Glide, but I live with it. No, it was dying in any scenario. This thing probably has Earth Power because that's the worst case scenario. So it probably has Earth Power. I think we have to just Mortal Spin anyway. I don't think there's anything we can do. Yeah, there's the Earth Power. Okay, let's go Ogerpon here. I think we could Horn Leech and threaten the kill. How much is Melmetal taking from a low kick? Chance to die depends a bit on the set, but it's likely to die. It's likely to die if we Swords Dance. So I think let's go for the Swords Dance here and expect a Melmetal to enter. Okay, please don't be a super bulky. We have a 50% chance to kill max HP Melmetal. A lot of them are not max HP. A lot of them invest in special defense, and there's the critical hit chance. So our odds to kill here are very good, all things considered. Okay, that's good. That's the start. That's the start of this comeback. Might come down to a speed tie with the Diancie, though, which I don't love. Oh, that was actually a good play. But they didn't get lucky for once. That's awesome. So they gave us Sturdy back. Which is that's actually really nice. Wow, what a play from our opponent there. Honestly, what a play. Yeah, wow. They got a little comfy with their RNG. Okay, let's think about this. I wonder if I could go... If I go Ceruledge here, how much is Shadow Sneak doing? I think I go Ceruledge and click Shadow Sneak. I think that's the best play here. Because they'll be seeing the kill. They might go for it, be greedy. They might not. Okay, oh, whoa, 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 whoa. How did you live that, Rillaboom? Rillaboom. How did you do that? I guess you're just bulky. Actually, no, this is max. Okay, so that's... Yeah, that's a... Hold on, or was I looking at the wrong calc? What calc was I looking at where that did more than... I don't know what I was... Maybe I was hallucinating something. Anyway, though, that's fine. Treads, I think, dies here. I think it super dies. Yeah, it dies. Tornado... I really hope Tornadus lives here. Tornadus does not live here. Okay, could we... I mean, could we... This is bad. Okay. I think we have to go Ogerpon and Hornleech. And then this game is going to come down to a speed tie. I think is sort of what this has to boil down to. I think that's what it has to be. I thought the Ceruledge had a much better chance. I thought I saw 27 min on the calc, so I must have just been... I don't know what I was thinking. But okay, we have to do this. Definitely should not have sacked the Ceruledge, obviously, for no reason. But we have to stay in. Yeah, I was thinking, I was under the impression that Ceruledge would come in and then kill with a Shadow Sneak, but I think I thought the one looked like a 7 or something. Yeah. Or do we Hornleech, or do we... No, they definitely leave in the Rillaboom here. They're definitely leaving in the Rillaboom. There's no world where they don't. So Glide's going to do... Yeah, it's going to do a ton, but we'll survive. Yeah, Torn can do it as well. We do still have Z intact. Yeah, plus 2 Z move is likely to 2 KO Diancie. It's probably not max HP invested based on what we've been seeing. Earth Power is not a common choice on the bulky ones. At least that's what I believe. So yeah, plus 2 Z. Yeah, that'll super kill. So probably what happens is here, Toxpex comes in, we can Horn Leech. Or actually, do we let the Toxpex kill us and then go Treads and like Earthquake? It's hard to say. No, this wasn't like a terrible matchup. I mean, we got terrible RNG right off the bat, but the matchup's not that bad. Okay. So the weird thing is we kind of want to die to this Pex, but I mean, it being chipped doesn't hurt. So we can Horn Leech. Is fine. Okay, there's the Scald. Yeah, the weird thing is, as I said, we do want to die to this Pex, so let's go for a Swords Dance here. Okay, and then we're actually going to go for, I think, another SD. Okay, so they're forcing the speed tie is the play they've decided to go with, which I think is probably a good play for them because they've realized, I guess, that we have the Nasty Plot. I don't know how they'd know we have a Nasty Plot Torn in the back, but I guess they've somehow figured that out. So they're going for the speed tie plan. There's really no way we can avoid allowing them to force that, so we do have to play their game. We're going to risk it. I think we deserve to win this, and we don't. So, I mean, I guess we could have... yeah, that was a bit of a premature forfeit. I could have gone into Tornadus and Hurricane and gone for the confusion. So I guess I shouldn't have forfeited there. But yeah, I mean, we were probably going to lose. I'm disheartened by all the bad RNG we've been getting. It's disheartening for sure. Okay, well, we're back in this. So yeah, let's see. Okay. We got a boost to speed treads now though. So we've improved our matchup against some of the tough games we've had. So I think we're on the right track. We're moving in the right direction. Let's we keep facing, this is not great. All right, I don't think the Glimmora lead honestly doesn't look amazing here. We might go with it anyway. I think we probably do. It does, because it just doesn't look very good in general. Okay, we got a Mega Scizor starting off. Fair enough. I think they probably just go for another Bullet Punch. But Ceruledge looks really good, so I think I'll Power Gem here and let them... Okay, they don't even go for another Bullet Punch, so good thing we did not go right into Ceruledge there. That would have been a big mistake. I think I like the idea of going Ceruledge and not going for the... Just going for the straight Bitter Blade, not trying to Swords Dance, because they'll probably go for knockoff. Absolutely called out. Love to see it. Tusk enters. This is a really good situation for us because we have obviously a Focus Sash. So let's Swords Dance here. And we are able to, I believe, yeah, we can Bitter Blade ourselves back up to the Focus Sash. So they will probably go for a Headlong Rush here, but we're going to still be surviving and we can go for a nice Bitter Blade again. Tusk down, speed boosted. Things are looking good. Things are coming up Ceruledge right now. I think, yeah, I mean, this is looking really good. Bitter Blade does more than close combat here because of Terra Shell. So let's just go for that. Cool. Let's think about how we want to play the rest of this game. Ogerpon. So first, let's confirm that this is not a weird, bulky Terapagos. Yeah, it's not a weird, bulky Terapagos. Ivy Cudgel does not have a guaranteed chance to kill here. We don't really want to burn the Z. So I think what we do is probably go Sharpedo here, Protect. Then we don't Mega Evolve. We go for a regular CC, so we still outspeed the Iron Moth if that wants to come in. And then we can probably force the Dragonite to enter. Yeah, so we kill with a regular close combat here. 1 point on the board for CC over some random water move. When is the takes video coming out? In like 3.5 hours. Okay, awesome. So that's why I was so keen on this plan in particular, is because I thought it might just bring out a Boots D Knight, which is great to see. So we probably do keep Sharpedo around. I mean, it's part of me is tempted to just like Mega Evolve here and go for the crunch. I mean, the extreme speed. How much is extreme speed doing here? I wonder if we actually live, because Mega Sharpedo does get bulk here. Oh, we actually super live. Yeah, okay, we can just Mega Evolve, and I think we can just win the game here. Let's do that. Things are looking great. Yeah, we outspeed this. We definitely outspeed this. And we can just crunch, and we can just crunch the Iron Moth too. I'm going to not reveal that we have Psychic Fangs, even though it's kind of obvious. Let's get another game on the queue here as we quickly wrap up this fella. Good stuff, Sharpedo. Nice. HF. Okay. And that's a GG. All right. Good stuff. Good stuff. I mean, Glimmora looks great here, but there is also an Iron Crown. Sharpedo looks kind of good here, kind of not so good, sort of a mixed bag. I really like Iron Treads here. I think that looks really threatening. Tornadus, kind of like it, kind of don't. Hard to tell what Iron Crown set that is. It's weird that we face 2 Iron Crown in a row in a format with Kingambit. Yeah, this is kind of awkward, but I mean, yeah, it's weird. Sharpedo looks genuinely really good though. So that's good here. And if we can get Toxic Spikes, that's amazing. So let's try to create a situation where we bring in a Toxic Spikes. And Sarah Ledge looks so good too. There is a water biting move. It's Vicious Rend. I think it's going to be a, excuse me. I think it's going to be an Iron Crown lead. So, oh, but I don't really want to. I think Treads is fine. I think Treads is fine until what I expect will be. Okay, everybody just leads with Tusk. I got to get on board with that just being the way things go. Let's go into Tornadus here. Hopefully they don't set Stealth Rock. That would be bad. I would think you'd lead. What elo are they? Okay, they're pretty. I mean, they're 1668, not crazy high, but enough to know that Iron Crown is a good lead into Glimmora. So I guess they just I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Okay, they Rapid Spin. That's fine. Based on that Rapid Spin damage, Ice Spinner has unfortunately though, a pretty good shot to kill. So we got to figure something out there. What we could do, here's an interesting play. We can go into Glimmora. Okay, that's not good. Let's go for a Mortal Spin. Or actually, yeah, let's go for a Mortal Spin. Okay, please don't be a Helmet Tusk. Please don't be a Helmet Tusk. That'd be so bad. Please don't be a Helmet Tusk. Oh, thank heavens. Okay. Here, I think we go into Sarah Ledge. I'm expecting a Rapid Spin here. Can Iron Crown ever make its way through a Kingambit? If you predict right and use Focus Blast. But the problem is Pursuit, right? Like, you can Tachyon Cutter through, especially with Choice Specs. Like, it's a very doable thing. That's great. Now we're in a good spot. This is the position I always hope to be in. Okay. Shadow Sneak doesn't... Let's just Bitter Blade here. And we can Rapid Spin later. They have no Ghost type, so that's not bad for us. We're in a really great spot right now. And with Bitter Blading this, no, probably the Dragonite. Probably the Dragonite can put an end to our Reign of Terror. But if they let that Dragonite eat a Bitter Blade, which it's looking like based on their team, I think they're going to have to let that Dragonite eat a Bitter Blade. And if they do, or actually, let me quickly check something. Do we outspeed? I think we outspeed Ival. Yeah, we outspeed Ival with a Booster Energy. Yeah, we do. Okay, so I just wanted to make sure of that. But yeah, here's the great news. So if they let their Dragonite eat a Bitter Blade, which I'm looking at their team, I think they have to do. If they let that happen, we actually win with Sharpedo. I think we kill everything. The Tapu Koko, I think, almost dies, but we can protect, let it take a little bit of T-Spike damage, and then I think... Actually, hold on. That is not doing nearly as much as I thought with Psychic Fangs. Yeah, so we'll need a little bit more chip on the Tapu Koko before the Sarah Ledge win can happen. But okay, let's go for the Bitter Blade here. It does do more than Shadow Sneak. Cool. There's the Bitter Blade. And there's the Earthquake. Yep. Works for me. I think our play here is Treads Rapid Spin, which is not taking nearly as much from an Earthquake as I would have thought for a no defense Treads. Like, we don't even die to Earthquake into E-Speed, so that's super cool. And we can get rid of that. So our Glimmora is now back alive with this play, and our Cornerstone Sturdy is restored. So this seems like a really nice Rapid Spin. Okay, there's the Rapid Spin. Let's see what they want to do. They want Earthquake. That's fine. With that, that is a jolly D-Knight and a pretty low roll, which is nice. I feel like we do not get low rolls very often, so that's great to see. And they just let us take out the D-Knight, so we don't even have to worry about extreme speed. Obviously, great news. I think we... Well... I think we go Tornadus. Preserving the Glimmora for an Iron Crown sack is nice, so I think that it's worth risking the critical hit here. And okay, that's good. This is a time where we don't want to risk the miss. We're just going to go straight. And with that, Sharpedo wins the game. I'm pretty sure that's the end. I think Sharpedo wins now. I believe Ogerpon is dying to a Mega Evolved Crunch, and that is the only Pokemon that I could conceivably see living. Yeah, it's dying after a T-Spike. So yeah, I mean, that should be game. We can go into Treads here. It's a pretty good switch into Tapu Koko. And actually, it's chipped, so... Okay, Reflect. That actually, no! Because we have Psychic Fangs. That's so funny. Okay. I think I go... Sharpedo here would be such a throw. We don't do that. As tempted as I am to go Sharpedo here, that would be a total throw. Yeah, no, that wouldn't even do what I'm hoping for. So it's probably Light Clay, so we can pretty easily PP stall the terrain out. We'll just go for a Rapid Spin here, so we can damage the Ival when it comes in, and that's fine. And we have no need to get any more speedy. There's really no point in it, so we can just. I mean, the Iron Crown. Actually, let's Rapid Spin again because the Iron Crown might pull some nonsense. But yeah, we have Psychic Fangs, which breaks through and deals double damage on the same turn. So, and we have a Focus Sash Pokemon in the back, so I'm really just not worried about this. I don't think there's any way that this really goes that badly. We can go for a Supercell Slam here, which will actually do a pretty solid chunk. It did not do as much as I thought, I'm gonna be honest, but it's still not bad. Sharpedo, how much are you doing with Psychic Fangs? 37? Let's calc that Supercell Slam just to make sure. Terrain, Electric, Supercell Slam's doing 24 to... Okay, 28. So yeah, this is a no bulk confirmed. So after one more toxic damage, that is a guaranteed kill. So we just go Sharpedo here. We protect, we Psychic Fangs, and then we win the game. Psychic Fangs ignores the screen and removes it. Yeah. So it's pretty nice. Okay, they go into the Ival. Cork Speed. That's fine. We just protect again, and then we outspeed. Unless they're like Vacuum Wave, but I don't think that kills. Yeah, Encore, I'm not worried about Encore. Okay, I mean, let me just double check. Let me quickly check Vacuum Wave if it is like max special attack. Yeah, that doesn't even kill, and we're about to Mega Evolve, which will make it do even more. So yeah, we Mega Evolve here, we Psychic Fangs, and that's the game. We Crunch. Yeah, so you see it removes the screens and does full damage on turn 1, which is awesome. That's another sweep for the Shark. There's another sweep for the Shark. The Toxic Spikes have been a game changer. Yeah, let's just Crunch. Okay, GG. That guy's name makes me think of, or that person's name, I guess I don't know, makes me think of Professor Jong. You guys know that guy has been like popping off on the internet lately and just spewing garbage. Yeah, Professor. If you haven't heard of Professor Jiang, if you're one of the people that thinks he's like a genius, I gotta like I put I put videos on in the background and just like turn off my brain as well sometimes, but that guy has no idea what he's talking about. Professor John, like the dude is insane. Yeah, no, it does normal damage without screens, not double damage after, correct. It doesn't do double. It'd be cool if Psychic Fangs did double damage on screens. That would kind of go hard. Like, was like got a boost as it broke. All right. HF. Okay, Sharpedo is looking, if we can get rid of the Zapdos, Sharpedo looks amazing here. Cornerstone actually kind of wins. Toxic Spikes also, once again, look absolutely insane here. Tornadus looks pretty good as well. I want to check if Tornadus is taking a +1 Clanging Scales, because we probably will have to take one of those. Looks like yes, so okay, that's good news. Obviously can't take a Z move though. Let's kick it off with Glimmora. I don't think we have any need to predict. I'm going to go for a Stealth Rock. Okay, that's fine. And I think I'm going to... We can go for maybe a Mortal Spin here. Okay, totally fine. It's Sarah Ledge time. This is... I mean, we've done this many, many times before, and this method works very well. It's worked very well for us in the past, and I think it'll work well now. Low-key, they might just lose to the Sarah Ledge, honestly. Okay, good on them for the... Okay, we actually have a chance to not kill with Bitter Blade, which is kind of wild, but I mean, we go for it anyway, obviously. And then we go into the Shark if it doesn't do it. Okay, in comes the T-Tar. A Bitter Blade's going to do a hefty amount of damage to this, but yeah, enough that we can CC here. So let's go for that. They're probably not happy to see the close combat, which fair enough. I wouldn't be either. The CC has been great, by the way. I've like not once been like, oh no, we don't have Poltergeist. So sad. Okay, we don't have to let Sarah Ledge die here. We could let it die though, and then the Pinsir would be super dead. Is that worth it? I think we probably keep Sarah Ledge around for the spin blocking. I think we probably keep it around for the spin blocking, and we can just go into Treads here. I think that's a better play. Yeah, because once this Pinsir's forced to Mega Evolve here, and if we can keep Hazards up, it's effectively dead. Like not fully dead, but it's so close. Yeah, like it's going to be dead after. So we could protect to kill it with the Shark. Let's just go for an Ice Spinner here. Zapdos enters. That does look to be, I think, a standard Zapdos. Yeah, that's bold. That's a typical defensive one. I'm kind of tempted to go hard into Cornerstone just so we can keep the pressure up and punish this if it is Defog. And I'm glad we did that because it did indeed turn out to be Defog. So that's obviously tragic. We weren't hoping to see that, but it's not the end of the world. Great Tusk enters. I mean, are you Rapid Spin close combat? You might be, honestly, the way this has been played. I don't see any other reason why you would make this choice, unless you are Rapid Spin CC. No, actually, no. It's probably just Rapid Spin into Ice Spinner. I think I'm probably giving this Tusk more credit than it deserves. We can go into Sarah Ledge here. I'm thinking this is probably a super obvious Rapid Spin. Yeah, and then I think let's bring in Tornadus. Okay, cool. Do we Z? I think we do. I mean, like, yes, then we might miss later on the Como, but, like, better to miss later than now. So, okay, the Tusk, they're going to sack the Tusk, which is what I figured they'd do. I think they're in kind of a bad spot, getting a little desperate. Treads keeps his reputation of getting statused every single chance he gets. Very, very true. Treads has not been the best of soldiers in that regard, has it? Speaking of Treads, let's let Treads go probably here. Yeah, and it didn't really matter, but it is funny that it gets hit with the Magma Storm too, just to really solidify, let us know really what's up. Okay, Ogerpon here I think looks pretty good. The Magma, I think we do want to Swords Dance first. Earth, okay, great. Happy to see the Earth Power come off there. That EP indicates a bulkier set, but Low Kick should still super kill. Going into Como is very interesting. That seems like kind of your one chance to win this game, so I have no idea why Como came in there. But, okay, it came in. Let's... Okay, Scarf Como. I mean, I don't know what to say, honest. I really don't know what to say. Let's go, like, okay. Let's go Sarah Ledge. I guess, I think, I honestly, I don't know what to say. Let's, wow. Okay. I guess we can close combat here. Looks pretty good. Okay, we catch the Heatran just switching in. That's going to be great, Chip. Should be Sharpedo. Should be able to finish this off here. We'll go for another CC. Wow. Como-O. That is okay. I just totally did not see that one coming. All right, let's, we can Shadow Sneak here. The one thing we never do is let this pincer ever set up. And as long as we don't let that happen, we'll be totally fine. So I think, well, or boost up, rather. Okay. I'm trying to think with the toxic damage. Yeah, we can sub again here. This is just guaranteeing that we, even if we miss, we'll be in a winning spot. Because we could have now protect stalled with the Shark. And yeah, I guess Heat Wave here is fine. Hurricane, whatever. Yeah, there's the Scarf Como doing its Scarf Como thing. Let's just not, all we have to do here is not throw by like actually clicking the wrong button. So now we Mega Evolve and we Psychic Fangs. Yeah, because we outspeed. Even with Adamant, we outspeed, which is great there. GG. Okay, cool. I mean, Sharpedo, we have a rough start. We went 3-2. We are now 6-2. The Shark is getting it done. The Shark is actually really getting it done. And the Glimmora has been insane. The Sarah Ledge has been great too. Let's like write some notes down on what's been working and what hasn't been working. MVPs. Glimmora, Sarah Ledge. Probably Sarah Ledge, Glimmora, Shark in that order. Shark, probably then Cornerstone. Cornerstone's been pretty awesome. Okay. HF. They have a poison type. They do look very weak to Sharpedo. If the Moltres goes down, like Shark actually just wipes the entire team, which is great to see. Unless it's a quick attack Lopunny, that does happen. Do I still like it as a lead? That's a good question. Garchomp 3 Light, thank you very much for the $2 donation, saying Shark getting dubs while I'm at work. Yes, sir. Glad you're enjoying. Cornerstone, like, could be good here. The Lopunny is kind of troublesome for that. Sarah Ledge. Yeah, if it's double Prio Mega Lopunny is kind of rough for this team of ours. I am in Asia at the moment. I'm not an English teacher, though, no. Doing semicon stuff. Okay. So what's going to lead? Could be the Lopunny. Could be the Treads. Both are very real possibilities. Sarah Ledge looks super nice here. Especially if it's not... I mean, well, it kind of looks nice here. It's a bit of an awkward situation. I think let's lead with... Here's what I think we lead. I actually think we lead with Ogerpon here because it can threaten the Treads as a lead. Yeah, good. Okay. So... I feel like I'm tempted to SD. I think we do. It's a little greedy, but I think we do. Because then I can low kick. Or we could Horn Leech too. Possibility. But part of me wants to just click low kick right here. Not mess around. In case it's like Volt Switch, but Volt Switch is so rare. It's so rare. I think we can just SD. I think we can just SD. Okay, don't Volt Switch on me, Treads. Okay, Rapid Spin, that's fine. Just, I mean, unless you're Iron Head, that'd be tragic. Let's go for the low kick here. Okay, that's a fine start. Treads gone. Works for me. That's removal gone. Look how much their team likes Stealth Rock. Not very much. Now, they probably have boots on a few of these Pokemon, but not all of them. Cool. Do we sack Ogerpon here? It's probably going to be a close combat coming out. If I had to guess, if I had to wager. Let's put a potential change on this team as being potential changes. One is Fizdef Glimmora. Like, the offense has not actually helped us, like, once, I don't think. Helps with Lopunny. Attacking has literally not mattered at all yet. It might, but like I feel like we probably just change it. But then like I don't know, maybe the speed will be helpful later. Okay. Tornadus does die, I think, from a return, from a CC into a return. Yeah, super kills. Does Glimmora die from a return into a CC is the question. It also dies. So, I mean, we could go... Okay, here's an interesting idea. Because that was their rocker, probably just gone. What we saw there. Okay, I think I have a plan. What I want to do is I want to go into Tornadus here on the CC, then go into our booster speed treads. Okay. Oh, okay. Fair enough. Good play. Actually, what am I talking about? Like, yeah, that killed. So that was not that crazy to think about. We could sack Ogerpon here. It looks kind of nice. I think let's let go of the treads. It might click return again here. Hopefully not CC. It clicked CC. Ah, well. Okay, let's go Glimmora here and go for Stealth Rock. Probably I should have sacked Ogerpon in retrospect. I don't think that was a great series of plays. Yeah, I don't know why I was expecting, like, not expecting the frustration, knowing I really should have known that could very easily kill Cornerstone there, but somehow I was thinking the Lopunny needed CC to kill Cornerstone, which is just totally not true. Which, yeah, I don't know, absent-minded, I guess. But we can definitely still salvage this. I'd say we're still in the dominant position here. But I was hoping to see something like Triple Axle, which we unfortunately have not seen yet. I'd really like this to not be a double priority Mega Lopunny. That would be the worst case scenario. Okay, we get our Stealth Rock. I don't quite know what to go into here. I'm thinking, like, I'm tempted to go into Ceruledge. Feels like probably not the best call, though. We probably want to keep Focus Sash intact. Probably Ogerpon. Honestly, we probably let it go after all that work to preserve it, all the sacks. Okay, that's honestly fine. We can go for a very nice Ivy Cudgel here, and nothing really wants to take that. Probably the Glow King. I'm going to guess either stay in Sludge Bomb or Chilly Reception into Lopunny. Either one is okay. Nice critical hit. We like to see that. It is going to be the Chilly Reception into Lopunny, which I think is my preferred outcome because that gives me a very good Ceruledge entrance. Unless it has Quick Attack, at which point that doesn't go so well for us. Yeah, so we definitely sack here. I would love to see like a U-turn come out here, like anything that makes this not double prio would be great. If we can chip the Moltres, we probably win with Sharpedo, by the way. And if we kill the Moltres, we definitely win with Sharpedo. Okay, there's the frustration, so we still don't have confirmation on what this set is. I think Ceruledge here looks good, and I think I want to SD, because as I said, if we chip that Moltres, it is game. It is game over. If they stay in here, that is... okay, that is a terrible sign. This thing's probably about to quick attack. I think I just kind of have to hope it's not at this point. I mean, yeah, I think I just hope it's not. Yep, there's the quick attack. Okay, so it is the worst case scenario has come true. unfortunately. We can go for the Earth power here. Try to catch the incoming Slowking. Trying to think if there's any world where we don't just totally lose this. I don't think so. I think we totally lose this in pretty much every world. We can maybe try some stuff with Sharpedo if we can manage to get Toxic Spike set, chip some stuff, but it's definitely not looking good. Yeah, it was the sacking, the play earlier with like sacking the treads was terrible. Okay, I'm hoping they go into Glow King here. That would be really nice. That'd be really nice. Okay, that's good. That's really, really, really good. So we can now go for a power gem here. I'm hoping this Glow King gets sacked. Toxic Spikes, I think gives us what we need. I don't think it'll be enough, but actually, here's an idea. No, that wouldn't work because we need Sharpedo healthy. Yeah. Yeah, actually, that's a very good point. They could be Adamant Lopunny. We got to run some calcs on that. That is a very good point. I should not be so absent-minded. Yeah. Okay, so Lopunny did 72 2 tornadoes with frustration. 72. Oh no, it's Jolly. It's Jolly double prio. That is okay. I'm pretty sure that's too low of a roll for that to have been paused. Yeah, it is Jolly. It's Jolly double prio. Oh, that's so bad. Okay. It's Jolly. So it's not going to CC our Glimmora here. Actually, this is an interesting one for it to come in on. I think we just Earth Power, right? The Lopunny, I think we just Earth Power. Okay, yeah, we get our T-Spikes up. CC is not going to kill here, so I think we just, we EP. If the Moltres is like specially defensive, there's maybe a world where we can do this with the Shark. Okay, that's good. That's good. All right, cool. I have to think here. So, okay. If we protect and the swap into Ogerpon happens, how much are we doing with Crunch? Not enough. They need Ivy Cudgel to kill, so we could feasibly double into Torn. I think we protect here. Kyurem Intra. Okay, that's not good. Can the Mega Shark, how much can you do? You can't kill. Okay. I think we lose with that. I think that's it. I mean, it was Boots Kyurem. I was hoping it obviously wasn't that, and then it was that. So, oh well. I don't think Tornadus lives that ever. Yeah, it doesn't live that. Okay, we need a critical hit, I guess. Does a base form critical hit kill? Because that would be, I think, or yeah, no, that's if even with 0 HP, I don't think there's a chance we. Yeah, actually, I mean, with 0 HP, there's a tiny chance we kill. I think our better chance, because then if we Mega Evolve, we probably lose anyway. So I think we stay in base form and hope for a critical hit here. Let's go for it. We don't get it. How did that take so much? I guess this is a mixed Kyurem that actually would have died. So that sucks that we didn't do that. But oh well. I'm gonna just forfeit here. GG. That was playing mistakes. Playing mistakes, unfortunately. Had I kept treads around, that would have been a completely different endgame. We would have had something outspeed. That was just, I totally just should have sacked Cornerstone to the Lopunny. That was just straight up bad playing. I've not been on point today. We're still 6-3, so we're doing okay. But yeah, I've definitely been making mistakes today. I think definitely tired, but not that that's an excuse. But I guess an explanation, perhaps. I certainly should be playing better, and I will endeavor to. But yeah, I'm not at the top of my game for sure. Okay, so we got booster speed tread, so we're better against the Garchomp. We're not as scared of it as we were last time. That's obviously really nice. I think they, I forget, I think we did see Earth Power confirmed on the Terapagos, so that's good to know as well. Last time they got their Banette killed, so they probably won't fall for that again. Let's lead with Tornadus this time to counter lead the Terapagos. I think, yeah, they just wanted to go for that again. We can go for a nice Heat Wave. No, I mean, Mega Lopunny wasn't the problem. Our team can handle Mega Lopunny. Sharpedo, because of its, its properties of like the Protect is actually quite good against Mega Lopunny. So we have a team that's, and like Tornadus lives hits. I just threw away our best Pokemon for Mega Lopunny, and that was just really bad playing. And we got punished for it, as we should, honestly. Got punished for bad playing. Deserved it. We could go for the Z here, but then it's also like Tornadus looks so good. So I don't think we Z. Terra Starstorm is interesting, but I guess it doesn't have... it probably doesn't have Ice Beam, which is good for Cornerstone, actually. So I think let's go into Ogerpon here. I'm thinking it doesn't have Ice Beam. No Prince 5. Yeah, no Prince 5. But no, that last game wasn't really so much not knowing how to play the team. It was just not realizing that a Pokemon like lived something. So it was a different kind of dumb. I think let's Swords Dance here. It's pretty greedy, but I want to do it. If Banette comes in, we can go into Glimmora. But I'm hoping we can SD here. Okay, here's a question. If the Melmetal comes in, I don't think we didn't low kick this Melmetal. So probably they go into Melmetal here and we can low kick it, which would be really nice. I'd love to kill that Melmetal. Okay, Banette enters. A little bit unfortunate. Let's just go Glimmora though. See what they go for. I'm guessing a Poltergeist. I feel like they won't Encore. Okay, it was pretty obvious, but they went for it again. Fair enough. In comes the Terapagos. So let's check that Terra Starstorm damage. I wonder if it's modest. We could also just poison this thing with a Mortal Spin. Terra Starstorm on the Tornadus. That did 66. So this is timid, I'm pretty sure. Okay, apparently there was a little disconnection from OBS there. So hopefully we're all back and everyone's good now. Yeah, so this is the nature that's threatening. I am very tempted to Mortal Spin. I don't know if that's a good play, though. Could just go Ceruledge. I think let's do the Ceruledge thing. Okay, yeah, and let's just try. Let's win a speed tie for the first time. Honestly, I feel like we deserve it. Is that crazy? I feel like we deserve to win a speed tie. Yeah. Is the audio back? Let me know. This was, in retrospect, yeah, this was not, I mean, of course we weren't going to win a speed tie. That was also just not that good of a play. Looking back on it, honestly, that was just not that good of a play. Okay, but yeah, it happens. Mistakes were made. So, I mean, like, it would have been nice if we didn't get bad luck once the stream, but I guess I can't really expect that. Yeah, but that was bad. Earth Power kind of covered both options there. I'm really tired. Let's, but yeah, that was a bad call. I mean, we can go Ogerpon and Swords Dance. I guess let's do that. It'll probably, yeah, we can try that. Let's check Banette and see how much we're doing to that. If it, okay, Horn Leech is the play then. If Terapagos goes for a Rapid Spin here, Horn Leech is the play. Yeah, that Ceruledge sack was a really bad idea. Okay, probably Rapid Spin here. Yep. All right, let's Horn Leech here. I think this kills. Does this kill Terapagos? 31% chance, but Terapagos here, I'm pretty sure, does not have a great way of killing us. Very interesting to me that they would go for that. So we'll go for another Horn Leech here. Yeah, I'm very surprised that they would go for that because you like, yeah, our Rapid Spinner's dead, but our Hazard Setter is still alive and well. So that was just kind of an odd decision, I feel like. Yeah, okay. I'm hyped to see Terapagos get sacked. I have no idea why it got sacked, but cool. Thank you. The net enters. We go Glimmora here. I mean, or are we okay with just like killing this and doing that? Like low key. We could just go for it. We could just do it. Just do the double down. Is that worth it? Let's just do it. Let's do it, honestly. That's fine. Okay. I don't know if that was a good call, but I felt like it, and I did it. And you know what? Will we regret it later? Maybe. Let's go Glimmora. Okay. I think this, I don't think this ever kills with a scale shot, so we can just go for a stealth rock here. Yeah, they don't know we have ice. They don't know we have booster speed treads with Ice Spinner, so yeah, that's fine. We got treads now. We outspeed you. We got booster speed. We can Ice Spinner. And now we have full hazards up. Moltres comes in. I'd really love to not get instantly burned. Treads for the first time. Could you not get instantly burned? It'd be super cool. It'd be super cool, Treads, if you could not get burned by this incoming Moltres. It'd be really, really cool. You didn't get instantly burned, and that Ice Spinner damage indicates that that is, I think, a more specially defensive Moltres. Ooh, so the Supercell Slam, which we hit, we're going to hit the Supercell Slam, and it's going to do a huge chunk and put us in a great spot. Yes, sirree. You even lived? Iron, is it my birthday? What is going on? What is happening? Okay, so that Supercell Slam did a lot, so we guaranteed kill with an Ice Spinner here based on that Supercell Slam damage. Could you do it again? What is how? Who? What is this Pokemon, and what have you done with my Iron Treads? Wow, that's something. Okay, it is Boots Glimmora, so that's not good. I think we go into Tornadus actually here. On the well, or is that just like completely unnecessary of a play to be making? I mean, it gets us a little bit of regen health. Is that regen health going to matter? I don't think so. I don't think so. So how much are we doing to Garchomp with Z-Fly? 50% chance to 1-8 KO. So we're not going to get that kill. So we got to think about that as well. Let's just Supercell Slam. Yeah, okay. We get like a minuscule bit of damage. That's fine. Chomp enters. Okay. Tauren. Wait, what was this calc before showing? Because this is showing a guaranteed 1-8 KO. So I don't know what that was. I don't know what that was all about. We could go, do we go Shark first? I think we do, but let's see how much it can do. Mega Evolved, Crunch. Ah, it's not doing it. It's not doing it, so we can't do that. How much is the Shark doing to Mola? It kind of comes down to whether we get a defense drop or not, which is pretty awkward. So, I mean, I think we have to go... Can Sharpedo come in on a double Iron Bash from a Melmetal? That's another question. If it's in its base form. Probably, actually, yeah. Well, hold on, that's not full attack invested. So, okay, probably not. I think we have to go Tauren here. I think we have to Z. With Sharpedo, it'll come down to a combination of critical hits, defense drops, toxics hitting. I think it's in our favor. If they have Scald, it's definitely in our favor. Okay, they do sack the Chomp, or probably sack the Chomp. Yeah. Yeah, so we could go Sharpedo here if we don't think the Melmetal is going to kill us with a double Iron Bash. I think it probably is, so I'm inclined to just go for the Heat Wave. Okay, Thunder. Yeah, good thing we didn't try anything there. I believe the play here is we just Mega Evolve and go for the close combat right away. And because we didn't die, I presume we did kill the Melmetal. I don't think that critical hit mattered. It's the moment of truth. Does it have Scald or Toxic? We get the defense drop. I think that's it. We instantly get the defense drop. I don't think there's a world where Mola is doing it after that. Yep, that's it. Good game. Good stuff to the Shark. Good stuff to the Shark. Okay, I think that's a good place to wrap it up. Sharpedo saving the day by finally getting some good RNG. We were due. We were absolutely due for it. Yeah. We were due for a bit of good fortune there. So that's nice to see. Yeah, honestly, this team seems pretty good. I feel like it could be taken further. After we made the changes to the team, like after the change was made to the treads, I like was there one loss? I think it was just one. Right? I think it was just one loss. So that's pretty awesome. We probably go defensive Glimmora. I'm gonna make that change now just because like it's genuinely the attack just did not help a single time. So let's do this. I think we still keep the sash because ground moves are everywhere and the defense does not really matter against those. We can go, I mean, we can go a little bit of speed. Like let's outpace at least King Gambit. I might regret these EVs and like go back and change them later. Well, actually outspeeding Terapco is kind of, let's maybe go speedy and then HP invested. I feel like that's maybe hard to say. I feel like I need to test more. Like there, on one hand, it was like, yes, the defense, like the attack stats were almost never helpful and the speed was almost never helpful, but I feel like the defense also wouldn't have really mattered in any of the situations we got ourselves in. So, yeah, thank you guys for attending. I had a good time. Sharpedo actually did fantastic. I think this was much better than its last performance. I think the team supports it much better. The tornado, I think every team member did pretty well. This honestly might be the squad. I think there are definitely some other things to test. I'm glad we started with Saraledge. I think that's probably almost certainly better than Petron. Saraledge was just going crazy almost every single game. Maybe you're on 334 speed on the treads. Yeah, 334 is probably an okay move, except for like speed ties and stuff. But I'll think on that. That's potentially a good optimization as well. Yeah, so there was one single loss after making the changes to improve certain bad matchups, which was just being less greedy and going booster speed on treads. And after those changes were made, we have won every single game except for one, which was just a total throw bad play. So, and Sharpedo was great. Like Sharpedo in itself was really, really nice these games. And I think something else that I think a lot of people don't understand, Sharpedo is meant to sit in the back. So it's supposed to be a late game cleaner, and it won't always be like flashy. It won't always get the win, but sometimes it's kind of like a Generation 8 Regieleki. You know, it rarely sweeps, but it forces your opponent to play a certain way the entire game. Because if they let certain Pokemon get chipped, they lose. Yeah, I always drop every single live stream I do. After it ends, I instantly add the Pokepaste, change the title. So yeah, the paste, as always, the team will be available in the description. But and same with all the videos. Every video I do, every team in the background footage, I always put the Pokepaste to all the teams for anyone who wants to try that. The ones used in the background footage in the videos are often like not good teams, so like be aware of that. I try to build things that are background footage relevant. I can't like test them all and make them great, but particularly the live streams or some of the background footage videos are good teams as well. They're genuinely solid builds. But yeah, I think this did really well. But anyway, yeah, what I was saying about Sharpedo, you know, it's often not the flashy Pokemon that's doing all the big things and getting all the kills. It sometimes is when the opponent messes up, but it's kind of like this thing of like, they can't do this. They can't let this Pokemon take damage. They can't let this Pokemon take damage. And you can play in a way that really boxes them in, because you're like, if they do let the Moltres get chipped, if they do let hazards go up, if they do let this Pokemon just take a little bit more damage, it's over. So it's a Pokemon that even when it doesn't enter the field, actually is applying a lot of pressure. And I think this team did a much better job of taking advantage of that than the last time we tried the Shark. And Glimmora was amazing. I mean, the toxic spikes were huge. Even in the games where we had poison types, the toxic spikes were huge. So I think that someone told me the idea, and I think we faced it on ladder as well. So I don't know who that was, but shout outs to whoever that was for inspiring this team. I think that's a good place to wrap it up. Thank you for attending. I had a good time. Hope you did as well. End this in 3, 2,